Did we interrupt Normie? Actually, it just occurred to me. We never finished Dark Phoenix. Where were we going with that?
Right off a cliff, pretty rapidly.
She's a bad guy.
Yeah,
she's a bad guy.
Oh, come on now.
Well, in light
Now,
of
Jean Grey is a hero. I'll give you that. But Dark Phoenix was not Jean Grey.
Exactly. That's at the core of the whole thing. I mean, if you want to get right down to brass tacks on it, killing 8 billion people wasn't the most villainous thing that the Phoenix did.
Okay.
How many people, like Sinister, how many lives across the mutant verse did that entity completely screw up and destroy, repeatedly torturing them?
More than 8 million?
You think it's more than 8 million?
I got to lean towards 8. Yeah.
No, it was 8 billion. And no, but you got levels of villainy. I mean, she just wiped out. Yeah. It was, when she took the planet out, it was 8 billion people.
She wiped out the sun, and the sun just sort of exploded through their planet.
Christ, when was this?
This is the Dark Phoenix saga.
Dark Phoenix saga.
Picture in the back of Normie's picture. That's the part of the saga.
I haven't read that since I was a kid.
Oh yeah. It's one of the best.
Well, Normie was reading
the animated series, and she didn't do that in the
animated
animated series.
Yeah.
Well,
she did in the cartoon.
She did?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
isn't that when time travel came into play or something like that?
I can't remember. That was that cartoon
know.
series has been a while.
I think they just glossed it over in that she basically devoured the star. The star blew up, and they cut it at that point. If I remember right. But I haven't seen it since its original run, so I can't say for sure. But I don't think.
Okay. Would you say she's irredeemable, Normie?
No, not at all.
No.
For the simple reason, her purpose, as stated multiply throughout that book, is what? To burn away what doesn't work. That is her entire, or its entire reason to exist. Okay? If you fast forward in the timeline from Dark Phoenix, when Rachel, best summers ever, had the Phoenix Force and goes up against Galactus. Okay, it was I think it was issue 50 or 75. Might have been. Well, anyway, it was the anniversary issue with the kind of funky looking teal cover. Anyway, she gets into this long, drawn out fight / philosophical discussion with Galactus about, you can't destroy this planet. You can't, all the typical hero type stuff. And Galactus is basically like, and how are you any different? Your entire reason is to, the whole burn away what doesn't work thing. You are a part of reality. Without you, the entire universe dies. So when you've got somebody that's on that level, and, we're not talking Jean Grey here at this point. We're talking the Phoenix Force. How can you possibly apply anything close to human morality to that?
Easily. She's a villain. I'm applying human morality to her right now.
Would that apply also to Apocalypse?
Yeah,
you take human life. You take human life and take that out of the world. That makes you a villain.
No, it depends on how you look at it. If she's if she's doing the universe's dirty work, then her ultimate she only answers to the universe. It's like we're nothing compared to the universe, and
she's
just cleaning house.
Except
we only care about her being a villain because we as humans think that anything that destroys us, them bad.
Bingo.
Exactly. If there's a civilization of vegetables, they think humans.
If I was an alien and I ran into us, I'd destroy us.
Yeah.
Negan's not
have
sounding
you
so
looked-
bad anymore, Redshift.
Have you
Negan's
looked
not
out
sounding so
that
bad.
door? Have you seen
No, Negan's
what's
a
out
good guy.
there?
Come on.
At least he does one at a
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Golly, guys.
I'm with Normie.
I'm telling it's
uh,
if
Yeah,
you
but-
apply human morality to the Phoenix Force, yes, absolute villain, irredeemable, no question.
Well, we have to look at everything from a human
If
perspective.
you're trying to conserve life, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
well,
but the only way now here's the catch. The only way that you could eliminate her or it from existence would kill the entire universe.
See?
Because
It's symbiotic. She's necessary.
Yeah, she is the sum total of all life that ever was and all life that ever will be. So the only way you can stop the only way you can stop her from doing what she does would result in everything blinking out of existence forevermore.
all right, question. Then why did the residual consciousness of Jean Grey commit suicide?
Because she
couldn't
could
handle
not
it.
Control it.
The human
she
part.
couldn't handle
Yeah.
it. The
So
human
makes it
part of her
Because
could
she
not grasp that
understood.
concept.
She understood that she was something bad,
She
and
didn't want
that
to
it
be a
had to be
vessel.
stopped. And she stopped it in the only way she could.
It would be
But
like if
she
the scalpel
didn't.
developed sentience and it decided it's like the scalpel's function is beyond, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If the scalpel learned what it's, or the knife learned what it's doing, does it want to be a knife anymore?
Yeah,
Does a knife want to be a part of killing things now that it's sentient and understands that it's a weapon of death?
But if you put like a daffodil spirit into a knife, it's just totally screwed up now, you know? That's Jean Grey and Phoenix.
Yeah, the entire thing that turned Dark Phoenix into Dark Phoenix was human emotion.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Okay, so if they had never come together and that whole thing happened, what would the Phoenix have done? The Phoenix would basically go on doing what Galactus does. Its survival is what it does.
The universe must
eat that.
Like redundancy.
Yeah.
Because like every big villain does the same damn thing.
Every one of them. Look, the Celestials. That's basically what they do.
Right.
Well, I think Galactus fights, at least in the Earth X, his whole point is to countermeasure the Celestials, Galactus. So they have the same function, but one of them it's like a weed that fights other weeds.
Okay. Bear with me for a minute, okay? Bear with me for a minute. When you look at everybody we talked about today, when you look at everybody that we've discussed, okay, they all have something very similar in common. They were forces of destruction. They were they hurt others. They destroyed things, and they did everything that without any thought for others. That's the point of true villainy. But
they don't have a choice. That's their job.
You have two of us right here stacked up on top of each other that our example completely gave lie to that.
Okay, all right.
His guy was doing something good. Half of the Phoenix existence is life.
Okay, then why'd you bring her up as a villain if you don't think she's villainous? Why did you bring her up as a villain?
Your question was, is there villainy? Yeah, she absolutely has done villainous type things from our perspective. That's why I was talking about this before the show started with you and in the side room or whatever the heck you call it.
Okay, all right.
You've got this, yin yang, good, bad, light, dark, the whole dichotomy. The entire point of that character is to be both things.
But the thing is,
All right.
when
That's
you think
what
about
makes
it,
a good villain.
There-
What's that? What's
character.
that, Shadow Matt? What did you say?
no, the thing
No.
is, when you think about it, though, there are other like beings like her, like I can't think of it, that are like higher powers in the universe that prescribe to human morality.
Right.
I'm trying to think, like the Living
Spectre.
Tribunal. I think that's one.
Yeah, I was thinking Spectre.
Well, the Spectre he doesn't give a shit about our morality if it has to fill out a function, though. Like, he'll kill your best friend or that kid's kid, you know? He's like, time to go. So he's not
Yeah.
exactly on board with, like, it overlaps closely, but it's not, you know, he kind of steamrolls us at points, too.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I think we muddied the waters quite a bit.
But it's subjective.
So
So Magneto's an anti-hero, right?
Magneto's an anti-hero. Dark Phoenix is a force of good. I mean, Bunny, you got this whole comic thing entirely backwards, dude. You bet. I mean,
Unnecessary evil.
I sit here in awe. You've gotten through all of these years, and now with fresh eyes, you can go back and reread everything that you've read like it was new again. And you can read it and you can say, my God, how could I have been so blind?
Well, I'm gonna say something that I actually agree with SJWs on this. I'm right, you're wrong. And that's all I care about.
Come on, do the chair spin. Do the chair spin.
Mind is closed, okay? I believe in blacks and whites and in morality and right and wrong. I believe in these things,
but
and I'm
the world is
to believe in these
extremely
things.
gray. It's gray.
Everybody
Not
knows.
for me. Not for
Yes,
me.
it is. You sound like that
just
wrestler guy.
described
It's real to me, damn
Magneto's
it.
point of view.
I think
Just
you
embrace the nihilism. Just embrace no barriers to anything. And yet you guys complain all the time with these amoral monsters are destroying the world. And they
But are
believe
they
like
really?
you're talking about gray areas, and they love gray areas.
Coming in your